Hey, and welcome back for a now third installment of our interview with a coach series. This week, we are interviewing Coach Emilio Davison, a man of many trades at Longfellow Middle School. And we're going to go over all the wonderful things so that way all of you can at least get to know him a little bit better. Coach Davison, let's start off with an easy question. Tell me about where you're from.
I was born in Denver, Colorado. I lived there until I was about 7 or 8. Then we moved to Norman, Oklahoma, and I've lived here ever since.
So, what sports do you coach at Longfellow?
At Longfellow, I coach football, basketball, and track.
Okay, what do you coach in football? What is your title, or what is it that you coach there?
I'm the offensive coordinator, and I coach the backfield.
Okay, so the running backs and the quarterbacks.
hmm
Okay, and then in track, what do you coach in track?
I'm the throws coach for track.
Yep, so you coach shot put and discus.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why'd you get into coaching?
It's kind of something I've always had in the back of my mind. Growing up, my mom and my grandma would always tell me, like, oh, you'd make a good teacher. And I was like, I don't know. So, it's always been in the back of my mind. In 8th grade, I actually had an assignment where we were supposed to write about what we wanted to be when we grow up, and that's what I wrote about. And when the time came and I found an opportunity, I took it, and I've loved it.
So you've wanted to be a teacher and a coach since you were in eighth grade?
Well, in 8th grade, it was more of I thought I would be able to just jump right into like coaching at the college level or something. I was
Oh,
kind of
sure, yeah.
naive,
Okay.
but
Do you wear any other hats at Longfellow, or any other organization, or help with any other programs?
yeah, at Longfellow, I'm a teaching assistant in Miss Graves' room. We with the special ed kids. I'm also the assistant athletic director,
That's
self-titled.
true.
But other than that, I mean, I work around the school and try to interact with everybody, and I love what I do. So
And you also help out on Friday nights at the high school, no?
at the high school, yeah, this past season at the high school, I did help out on Friday nights.
Cool. Cool. So you do a lot of different things for Longfellow and really our school district, it sounds like. So how long have you coached?
So this was my second year coaching. I got in August of 2018.
Okay. So, and both years at Longfellow?
Yep.
Okay. So let's kind of shift gears here, and let's go back to when the great Coach Davison was a youngster before high school. What sports did you participate in here in Norman?
Norman, I played football, basketball. I did baseball for a couple years, and those were really. I mean, in 4th grade, I did wrestling, but that was for 1 year. So
Okay.
those were the ones.
So you said football and basketball and a little bit of baseball in middle school.
hmm
Okay. And then what about high school?
In high school, I did football and track, and I dominated church league basketball.
You dominated church league basketball.
Oh yeah, easy 20 points a game.
Nice. What was your favorite memory, when you recollect on all that, that playing experience that you had as a youngster? What was your favorite memory as an athlete growing up?
Man, my favorite memories as an athlete growing up, they all point back to the brotherhood and the camaraderie with my teammates. A lot of the guys that I played with through high school and football, we'd all played together and known each other since as far as elementary school. So, I mean, just the relationship we all built with each other, that was the best part about it.
So relationships are a big key to when you reflect back on the things that you really valued.
hmm
I find it interesting because, I know that as an athlete and as a player, the teams that you played on had a lot of success. But I think it's really cool to hear that even despite all the success the teams that you played on had, that the most important thing was the brotherhood and the camaraderie that came with being a part of the team. That's pretty cool, man. Who was your favorite? I think I know the answer to this. So who was your favorite coach growing up?
The one who made the biggest impact on me was Coach Rich. He was
Mhm.
my wide receivers coach in high school for my junior and senior year. Another one was Coach Walker. He actually coaches at Moore High. He was also my track coach. Those two guys had a big part of my life athletically, and there's a lot of things I took from them that I still try to apply to what I teach the kids today.
So you said Coach Rich and Coach Walker. So why did you choose them?
Coach Rich, he had a outbursting confidence to him, and that's what attached me to him so quick, and it's where I get my sometimes confidence from. Um, and the way he taught, I mean, he was hard on us, but at the same time, he picked us up. I mean, 10 times after that. So, and then Coach Walker, he was just a master motivator for us. When I was doing track, he was always, it wasn't ever really about let's be as good as we can in the sport. It was always, how's life going? How's school going? Things like that.
That's awesome. That's really good. As we talk about you as an athlete, let's shift to you as now a professional, working in schools and coaching. Obviously, we had a shortened school year, but our 3/4 of a school year that we've had. What was your favorite moment about the year this year?
There was a lot. I mean, I think I would narrow it down to the trips we took with the kids in football and the basketball stuff we did. I mean, we had a good year and kids were fun to coach. They had a lot of energy and they were exciting to watch.
What was your favorite trip for football?
I enjoyed the trip to OU because I really love OU football. So getting to be in the facility and see all their trophies and accolades, that was pretty cool.
Cool for the kids too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. The kids loved it.
hmm I noticed that you started creating a social media presence for, I believe, the track and the football teams, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Tell me about that and tell me why you've done that.
really to promote the programs, I feel like it's been easier to promote the program and show the kids recognition with the social media presence because they're all on it. And it was something that I was comfortable with. And I decided I talked with a couple coaches and decided to get it rolling.
hmm What's the best part of being a part of the family at Longfellow Middle School?
The relationships I've built with everybody there, we're a pretty tight knit group as coaches, and I think it shows whenever we're all with each other. I mean, there's always smiling faces, jokes being cracked, but whenever it's time to work, we all get down to business and we work well as a group.
I agree. I agree. I think we are I think we do have a lot of fun when it's time to have fun. And I think when it's time to get serious and get to work, I think we do a pretty good job of shifting gears as well. I think that's the case for all of the staff. So can you name one coach at LMS that you think deserves a shout out for what they do? And then tell us why you've chose them.
I'm gonna have to shout out my boy Gavin DePanion.
Okay.
Um, he's really came out of his shell this year, and the work that he did on the football website was huge. And going right from that as a first year football coach into his second year of coaching basketball, I think he handled it really well.
All right. Cool, man. I would agree with you. I think he's done a fantastic job. And I think anybody that is aware of the work he's done would agree. In your whole illustrious coaching career of 2 years, can you tell me about your favorite memory so far in your 2 years as a coach?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've done a lot of growing and I've learned from the good and the bad. But I think the moment that sticks to me was my first year here. It was our last game of the season against Irving for our eighth graders who, we were very shorthanded with that group. And they came out and had a comeback win against Irving, and it was a really fun night.
Mm-hmm. That was a very cool win. So, you were talking about how you've grown and the things that you've learned and the experiences. Let's talk about that. What have you learned in the last 2 years that you wish you'd known when you started coaching?
Oh, coming in, I definitely thought it was so much more based on what you knew. And what I've learned throughout the last 2 years is that, I mean, sure, you got to put together a solid game plan and all that, but you can't, I mean, the kids won't buy in until you've created a fun and a good atmosphere to be around. So coming in, I wish I would have known that it was more than just X's and O's. But I'm thankful that I learned it along the way because I think it's made me better.
Yeah. Let's say that somebody is wanting to get into coaching. You've talked a little bit about that it's not all about, X's and O's or what you know. Is there any other advice you would give to somebody that is wanting to get into coaching?
Yeah, just be coachable as a coach too. I mean, being willing to learn is huge. Coming in and just thinking you know everything and pushing everybody off, you take away from yourself what you could become. So I think, just being willing to learn and being willing to work with the guys you're around.
That's really good advice, man. Amidst all the circumstances we're under regarding social distancing, what is something you'd like to be able to say to all the students and the athletes? I mean, it could be your students in, the special ed in Miss Graves' room, or it could be athletes that you've worked with, or just other students that you've been around that you've built relationships with. If they're watching, is there anything you'd like to tell them?
Yeah, I mean, I miss the everyday excitement of being around them. I miss the jokes they would crack every now and again, and just seeing them every day and building relationships through athletics with them. That's something that I definitely miss.
Awesome, man. Anything else you got for us? And don't feel obligated to say anything, but if there's anything else you want to add.
I mean, I just want everybody to know that I'm definitely excited to be back for year 3 and ready to get this thing rolling. And in my best Coach Orgeron voice, go Lions.
All right, guys. Coach, give them a good wave. Let everybody know we're thinking about you guys, and we'll see you soon.